Okay, welcome everyone. It's 11:05, so we need to start the lecture, but feel free to come in. Welcome. So my name is Yuchao. I'm a lecturer at CSE. And welcome. So as you can see from the slides, like the authors for all the slides are authored by myself and Hayden. So Hayden will join us in the second half of this term. So both of us will be co-lecturing 1531 this term, and he will introduce more about himself later. So basically, I had my PhD here at CSE, and my research was like two angles. One is software engineering, so this is why I'm taking this course, like I'm doing research on software engineering. And also, I'm an education-focused lecturer at CSE, meaning that I focus a lot on teaching and education. So, very excited to see you. And Hayden will bring his insights from industry because he is a co-founder of a software startup. So his day-to-day life, his day-to-day work is about software engineering. So we'll bring you the different aspects of software engineering from both academic and also industry. So we hope you can enjoy it. And also we have a large team of teaching staff. So we have almost 40 tutors, lab assistants, and you see them in your tutorial classes, labs, and also help sessions, forums, so everywhere. So very exciting to see you. How's your first day at uni? No, sorry. How's your first day at term 2 this year? Good? Excited to come back? Had a very short break? Yeah? Did you go on vacation, like had a short holiday? Yeah, no? But I had a break between the terms? Yeah, just checking if online students can. Yeah, some comments from online. No final exam. Yeah, we don't have final exams in 1531. So this is a project-based course, so we'll do focusing more on the project. We'll introduce that later. Okay, so we also want to know more about our amazing students, so you. So thank you so much for those who introduced yourself on the forum. So I asked the ChatGPT a favor to help me analyze your comments on the forum, like the comments that you introduced yourself. So it's quite interesting to see what ChatGPT gave me. So a lot of you mentioned your hobbies, like your interests, like what is so this is what ChatGPT gave me. So somebody mentioned that your hobby or your specific activities, maybe like sports, including volleyball, badminton, and others. And a lot of people mentioned about food, so it's good. Like I love food, so it's exciting to see my students also love food. So different kind of food that ChatGPT helped me find. And also we have students love reading, love singing, and a lot of people mentioned playing video games. Is Bye-Bye See You a video game? Is that a puzzle game? Who knows what is this one? Yeah, so I'm a bit skeptical of what ChatGPT gave me. And many people mentioned that the music they love, and great, like we have a student doing a double degree of music and computer science. That's very exciting. Many people mentioned that they love cooking, eating, drawing, fishing, and one mentioned that game development. So my dream is to start a game studio. So 1531 will help you with that. So I promise you, 1531 can help you with you starting a game studio. Billiards, basketball, others. Yeah. I think ChatGPT somehow helped me analyze your comments, your introductions. But you can also see that ChatGPT is not very
correct sometimes, like how they group your comments, how they analyze and summarize. So this is also a reminder, like in 1531, we won't say that you can't use ChatGPT or other AI tools, but please be mindful that ChatGPT and other AI tools, they sometimes can be incorrect. So be mindful of that. Okay, so let's come back to our welcome. Next one, so we'll do a quick ice-breaking activity. So can you raise up your right hand? Okay, put it on the shoulder of the person sitting next to you. Can you introduce yourself to the people sitting next to you? And for people online, can you introduce yourself in the chat?
The person next to me is Petra. She's doing comp-sci. Fun fact, I actually knew her from first day of uni last year. So, and she's doing, she dropped maths last time, so she has to retake it this time.
Okay, cool. Welcome. Sorry, what's her name? Petra. Welcome, Petra. Any volunteers? Want to introduce the one sitting next to you? Hey. Any volunteers? Yeah, okay.
The person next to me is Adolfo from Bangladesh. I met him in first day in 2020. As he's yeah, he studies CS.
Welcome, Adolfo. Great. So how many of you are actually first year students? Wow, most of you. Amazing, exciting.
Cool. Welcome everyone, and also welcome those online. Yeah, can online students hear me clearly? Okay. Welcome Petro and Alobo and other students as well. Next. So, why are we here? So why are you here in COMP1531 or Software Engineering Fundamentals? Is that because it's a cohort? Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly. Anything else? I saw a comment from the introduction on the forum because they want to start a game studio. So that might be a very important reason. Anything else? Okay. Yeah, cool, amazing.
Learn how to code collaboratively.
To learn how to code collaboratively. Fantastic. Anything else? Yeah, I think that is the fundamental aim of 1.31. Do you receive that? Okay. Yeah, we'll learn that definitely. So, I believe most of you have taken 1511 or other equivalent courses. So that course gives you a basic of learning programming by writing code to solve problems. Well, 1531 is a step beyond that. So we will learn how to be a software engineer by architecting and building software in a team. So more on this. Some comments or feedback that we found from previous years, my experience and other emails. So you can see what they learned from 1531. So you can set an expectation of what you are going to learn. So for example, this one, I took 1531 last year. I'm on an internship right now, and I have to say that it was the most useful course at UNSW I've taken so far. My day-to-day work is surprisingly similar to how the course works, with sprints, testing, and using it. So this course is very practical, it's very useful, I promise you. Other comments that we have received from previous students includes, for example, I think the major project and the content of the course itself was incredibly insightful and applicable to real-world team situation. So you can see that many of the keywords that mentioned by these students are real-world, like how industry works. So this is very practical. And other comments include, I feel like I'm now able to work effectively in a software team. Although the content was quite heavy first few weeks, after that, it slowed down, allowing me to properly consolidate the content rather than rush through everything. So I think this is actually a quite important comment. Like, you will find that first couple of weeks, especially the first 5 weeks, the content will be quite heavy. That you will learn a lot in the first couple of weeks, but the content will get lighter and lighter in the later weeks. So the purpose is that we gave you the necessary skills and knowledge in the first couple of weeks, and then you can apply and practice in your projects and your labs in the following weeks. So you can consolidate your knowledge in the upcoming weeks. So you may feel like the workload is a bit high, like in the first couple of weeks, but it will get better in the later weeks. Okay. And by the end of the term, you will be able to build a semi-Kahoot. So I saw a comment from online, like students asking, are we using Kahoot today? You are building a Kahoot yourself this term. Okay, so by the end of the term, you can build a Kahoot yourself with your team. Exciting, yay! So now let's come back to the basic question, like what is software engineering? So I want to hear your understanding of what software engineering is. Any thoughts? Any guess? Anything? What is software? So what does software engineers do?
Build software.
Build software, yeah. Yeah, exactly, that's absolutely correct. Anything else? Okay, so I think to understand what software engineering is, to answer this question, a good way is to compare it to computer science. So by comparing with computer science, we can get an understanding of what software engineering is. So computer science is concerned with understanding how computers work and function, like making a computer do things. Like you can design algorithm, and you can also work on like cybersecurity to make a computer work safely. But software engineering is where we focus on building the right software for the right people and making sure it's maintainable over time as it grows and people working on it age. Okay,
will understand every word in this sentence. So we will focus on building the right software for the right people. So we'll look at requirements of the software. So building or developing the software and important components is understand the requirements of the software. And these requirements is coming from people. It's not coming from us developers. It's actually coming from the people that use our software. And we need to make sure that we make these requirements right and for the right people. And also making sure it's maintainable. So what is maintainable? Like we will expand all of it, like requirements, maintainable, everything we will expand. We'll talk about the details in the following lectures. But for now, like just a brief and understanding, like maintainable is because we want our software to be used by people, right? Not only for one single instance, but we want people to use it for years and years and years. And during these years, the people's requirements may change, people working on the software may change, so we need to maintain this software. Right? So we need to make sure that our software is maintainable as time grows and people working on it change. Right. So we will have detailed look at those in the following lectures. So this is a quite good explanation, actually coming from Hayden, so our co-lecturer of 1531. So he wrote this, and he said that a genius sitting in their garage alone, writing code, and Instagram's developers may both engaging equally in areas of computer science, but vastly differ in areas of software engineering. How do you understand this? Like both are coding, right? Yeah. Sorry, just a second. Oh, where is it? Just want to make sure that everyone can hear you.
I think one of them is more related to like working with other people rather than individually.
Yeah, cool, amazing. So why do we need to work with other people in a software project? So when you look at all the softwares, like successful softwares like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, so none of these are built by one genius. All of these are built or developed or maintained by a group of software engineers. Right? Even though we have a genius that's super smart, he cannot do everything by himself or herself, like, right? So we need a team. So this is why COMP1531 has a major project that is group-based, because we need to learn how to work collaboratively in a software project. Okay, so do you need to be a software engineering student to be employed as a software engineer? No. Yes. The answer is no, you don't need to. So if you take this course and you found you really love software engineering, you can always have a job as a software engineer. And why do you want to be a software engineer? Money? Flexibility? Yeah. Yeah, job market demand, so a lot of things. So let's come back to the definition of software engineering. So this is the official definition of what software engineering is. So software engineering is the application of a systematic, disciplined, quantifiable approach to the development, operation, maintenance of software, and the study of this approach, that is the application of software engineering to software. So I think this is a definition, but I think our previous explanation is easier to understand it than this one. So, after this course, we want all of you to be, or have the potential to be good software engineers. So that means that we want you to be able to do all of this. Okay, so you can find the emoji on the left-hand side, right? And on the course website, you can see similar things, and then of course, lecture content. So these are the themes that will cover this term. So these are the themes. So for example, of course, we need to learn how to have our software to do work. Like we learn JavaScript, and we actually will get into that in the second lecture today. We also learn about how to work together with a group of people in a software project, and also others.
Sorry, I'm quickly checking online. Online all good. Yeah. Oh, people are asking me to change my camera. So people, okay, I will change that. So online students, you can see my face now. Yeah, they are asking to see my face. Okay, cool. We are going to have fun. We are going to explore all of these themes. Let's have a look at them one by one, briefly, and we'll get into that with detail in the following lectures this term. So all of these topics are designed or grouped based on the famous software lifecycle. So this is the software development lifecycle. So developing a software is not a linear process. It's not that you start with a list of requirements that you want to achieve, and then you write code for all of these functions, and then it's not it. So it's an iterative process. So this is one, you may have heard of the term called Agile, or you may have heard the term like sprints, right? So this is where it comes from. So developing a software is an iterative process that it includes requirements analysis, design, development, testing, and maintenance. So what are they? So requirements focus on understanding the problem that we are trying to solve. So for example, you are designing a Kahoot, right? So what can be potentially the requirements? Being able to add a quiz. The users can answer a quiz. Right? So these are examples of requirements. So where these requirements are coming from is come from the stakeholders, which includes the users, the clients, and also experts and others. So we'll talk about that. And if we don't get the requirements right, we will get a risk of developing a software that looks great, very fancy, but cannot solve the user's problem. That will be a waste of time and also money. Right, so this is why it's important to get the requirements right. And then the next step is design. So good design is about setting up good architecture, so different layers of your software, but also trying to write elegant code. We won't cover too much in designing the software architecture in this course. So we will give you a brief introduction. Like the layers may include like the data layer, the algorithm layer, and others. But we won't go too much details because it's another can be another course. And also we'll learn about how to actually code the thing to make your Kahoot work. Right? And we will use JavaScript. And we will explain why JavaScript is a good programming language for you to learn. And another important thing that we need to make sure is that your software needs to be correct, like working correctly. Like we need the confidence that it's doing the thing that we want to achieve the requirements. So we need some testing, right? So we need to learn some testing method to make sure that our software is doing the thing correct. And we will cover that in this course as well. And after we have coded the thing that do the correct thing, meet the customer's requirements, the next step is that we need to make this software project live, meaning that people around the world can use your software. It's not only sitting on your laptop, on your computer, but it's actually on the web, that everyone around the world can use your software. Your Kahoot will go on live at the end of the course. So we will teach you how to do that. And we'll also learn about coding together. So as we mentioned that non-genius, like no a single genius can make a successful software like Facebook or YouTube by one single person. So we'll learn how to code together. So we'll learn about teamwork in the context of software engineering. So we'll learn the tools like Git, and others as well. We also mention or learn about full stack, because a complete software includes a front end, is what you can see, like what you can interact with. So this is front end, and also a back end is where do the things at the back of the scene. Like you can't see, but actually do the algorithm and others. So that is the back end. So we'll learn about full stack. Yeah, amazing. So we'll cover almost everything in a software development life cycle. Yeah, questions from online. Whew. Oh, good, perfect. Okay, so before we actually starting learning coding using JavaScript and also learning Git in the Thursday's lecture, there are some other aspects that I want to mention in our very first lecture. The first one is UNSW is a very big and a supportive university, meaning that at here you not only can get access to the lectures, the tutorial lab, and the other like learning resources, but there are also other resources or services that are available to you that I want to make sure that all of you are aware of that. So for example, we have health and well-being. So UNSW has dedicated support for students' health and well-being. So we want to emphasize that we do care about their health and well-being. So maybe at some time of the term, maybe at the end or when before the due dates, you may be stressed, like you'll be a little bit overwhelmed. There are other services that are available to you. Make sure that you know these services and get help whenever you need. So if you're not sure like which service you should go to or how to get the service or the support, feel free to email me and I can help you with that. Another thing is special considerations. I'm pretty sure that most of you know about special considerations, but if you are unsure about how to get that, feel free to email me as well. And about ChatGPT and other AI tools, different courses may have different instructions on how to or whether it is allowed to use these tools. For 1531 specifically, we don't say that you can't use that, but please use these tools responsibly. So UNSW has this guide to help you responsible use of generative AI tools. And I think, so you can get this link in the slide. I will share this. I have already shared the slide on the forum. So you can have the slides and you can please go through this guideline and make sure that you follow the basic rules by UNSW. So you are not getting in trouble with like plagiarism or integrity issues and others. But I think the main thing is that verify the accuracy of AI outputs. So as I showed you at the beginning of AI's analysis of the forum comments, you can see that some of them are not accurate, right? So it's quite obvious. But like when you are learning or doing the project or doing the lab in the course, please also make sure that you verify the AI-based tools answers. So this is one important thing. Another thing is protect personal information. Do not use any private information in the prompts. So when you chat with ChatGPT or other AI-based tools, do not include any private or confidential information like your zip ID or your password. Like, no, right? And also other private information. And also do not just copy and paste AI-generated materials. So if you're using ChatGPT, we recommend that you mention it in your work. Like you use the ChatGPT for this piece of work. Like we won't check that. So we won't check and we won't penalize for you. But this is a very good thing to do. ELP, so ELP students, please email me and we can discuss any adjustments. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? All good? Yeah? Do you now have a more clear idea of what you are going to learn in this course? Are you excited? Yeah, question. Mac. Sorry.
So we have weekly labs, so we have to do a major project.
Yeah.
What will a typical lab session look like? Because we have a lot of things to work on.
Yeah. So we have 1 hour tutorial followed by 2 hour lab each week. During the lab, you can work on your lab. So we have lab assignments each week. So you can work on your lab. During the lab, some of the lab will also require you to do some project check-ins. So checking with your lab assistant or your tutor with your progress. And also some of the lab will also require you to do some demo. Yeah, but you can find the detailed information when we release the project. Okay. But your lab assistant will not working on marking or other things during the lab. Will auto mark all the labs so that they have more time to support you, help you, and they won't spend any time actually marking your lab. Any other question? Have you? So who have watched the pre-term lecture that I shared on at forum on YouTube? Yay, amazing! Most of you, amazing, great. Thank you. You're here. Sorry. So if you haven't, please have a look at that video. If you watch the video at 1.5 speed, it won't take you more than 15 minutes. So it's very short, but give you an overview of the structure of the assignment. Cool. Yeah. Other questions before we move on to the next topic, JavaScript? All good, all good, all good. Okay, cool. Final thing is, so this term, every piece of 1531 has been either rewritten or revised according to your feedback from previous terms. So we are aiming to give you a better experience based on the feedback from previous terms. So please be patient while we release things gradually. So for example, the lecture slides. I will release the lecture slides before the lectures, and you will be able to find that on the course website or on the ad forum. But I will let you know where to find them. And also the tutorial will also revise the tutorial content to make it more practical and make it more interactive. So many of the tutorials are also new this term. And also the project, we also upgrade the project to make it more up-to-date with what we have in industry. So please be patient while we upgrading, revising contents for this term. So the purpose is to give you the good experience. Okay, and at the end of each lecture, I will share this QR code to collect your feedback. So this QR code, we are not only collecting feedback on the lectures, but also other feedback. The feedback you receive for your learning, whether you get enough resources for your learning. So if you need any more support or if you have any suggestions, any feedback, please do let us know. Your response is 100% confidential, so we won't record any of your personal information like your ZID, your name, and your email. So we will not record those information. But you have the option to give your name like in the form so that we can follow up with you and ask you more questions. Yeah, but that is optional.